So before this video starts, I want to point out that this video is sponsored by eWin Racing, a great manufacturer of gaming desks and chairs, and currently I'm sitting in their Flash XL model. This chair is strong and sturdy from its high quality casters, metal base, up and through its hydraulics, into its non-winged flat seat design. This thing is comfortable. Its adjustable pillows makes things even better, and the fact that the armrests are hyper customizable when it comes to their position just makes this chair versatile and pleasant to sit in for long hours. No back pain, no cramping, no feeling claustrophobic. It's great for a tall person like me, but anyone who I've had sit in this chair, regardless of their size, has enjoyed it. So if you're thinking about getting a new gaming chair or desk, head over to the link in the description and use code 1boom20 at checkout to save some money. It supports my channel and it supports a great product. So this video is proudly sponsored by eWin Racing. Enjoy my video game complaints. So last week, a lot of you might have heard that Activision has been losing monthly active users by the millions. And while this isn't a strictly Call of Duty issue, it is an Activision Blizzard thing, I'm going to talk about it from the perspective of Call of Duty and just sort of act as if these numbers represent the Call of Duty player base. Even though I know they don't. These numbers are being influenced by a multitude of titles across a multitude of platforms, and also lockdowns ending around the world and people going back to work is pretty big deal. People have less time to play video games now. But again, like I said, I'm going to talk about this from the perspective of strictly Call of Duty, and for me as a Call of Duty fan, and one of the reasons I've been playing Call of Duty less over the last 2.5 years. When I see that Activision is losing this many monthly active users, the first thing I think about is all of the things that keep me from playing, all of the things that end my play sessions, and all of the things that make me want to take a break from the franchise multiple times a month. And for me, it comes down to 3 things. And let's start with the more cosmetic one first, the more fandom one first. And to a lot of people, Call of Duty is just Rudy Tooty point and shooty, and they don't really care about the vibe or the universe or the immersion of the game, and that's totally fine. But for me, I really like it when a game has a sense of integrity and when a game has its own world and theme and aesthetic, and if it wants to play with it a little bit and get a little goofy here and there, especially really late in its life cycle, it doesn't really bother me too much. I'm not looking for historical accuracy or hardcore realism. I just like it when a game feels like it has a theme and it can stick with it, that it has an art style and it can stick with it, like it has a tone or a vibe and then can stick with it. Call of Duty's lost that. Vanguard was sort of marketed as a gritty, sort of alt history World War II game, but what we got instead was just a mess of ugly cosmetics and disjointed weapon additions and really sad weapon omissions. And altogether, it feels like a game made by people that don't care. It feels like a cash grab that's attached to Warzone, or only exists to market Warzone, or only exists to get people that only play COD multiplayer to eventually play Warzone. Vanguard has some redeeming qualities, but the problem is it has the same problem as Cold War, same problem as Modern Warfare, even though Modern Warfare has this problem less, is that Call of Duty has a sort of eroded identity. The games feel less and less adult, the games feel less and less in theme, the games feel like they have less and less artistic integrity, and more so that they're trying to get people that are interested in other things to come and play, by adding characters like Jigsaw, or Ghostface, or the Terminator. Back in my day, Call of Duty Ghosts added Michael Myers and the Predator as actual kill streaks on unique DLC maps that were well crafted. As gimmicks, they were well crafted for a DLC. And now it's about $24 bundles that make you look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Again, I'm okay with Call of Duty playing with itself, that sounds wrong, but I'm okay with Call of Duty being a little silly and taking some creative liberties and doing weird stuff with downloadable content. Like, I love the picnic table map from Black Ops 3 or the sandbox map from COD World War II. I don't mind COD being a little weird. It's just when the entire game feels like a hodgepodge of stuff that's literally just designed to sell to as many people as possible and to appeal to as wide of an audience as possible, it makes me feel like the game's identity is sort of gone and eroded. So that's one of the reasons that Call of Duty feels less special. It feels a little bit like a soulless cash grab the more these weird skins and things are introduced and focused on. Now for one of the more practical things. The last 3 Call of Duty games are what I'm going to focus on here. And the problem I have with them is that they feel like season passes. We've been excited since Black Ops 4 ended that we don't have season passes, no Black Ops pass anymore, no season pass. no paying $15 per DLC pack, no paying $50 extra a year just to get the rest of the content. Everybody's together, the player base isn't split, but instead, the game sort of feels like a season pass now. And people don't feel split up as a player base, they feel pressured as a player base. It's a non-stop, seasonal, rotating grind that you have to catch before it leaves. And the thing about old Call of Duty with the old prestige system and the old way of unlocking things and the old things that you would prioritize, you felt like you were buying the attraction, not a ticket to the attraction. Call of Duty wants you to get 3 sliding kills in 15 matches. Call of Duty wants you to complete a battle pass before it disappears. Call of Duty wants you to reach a certain prestige before your rank resets. And the thing about the old days is that all of that prestiging, all of that progress, it was waiting for you, and it wasn't going to leave without you. And we now play Call of Duty games where a huge chunk of the progression leaves without you. That's why I find it kind of funny when people complain about weapon leveling in any of the last 3 Call of Duty games. Oh, too many weapon levels, too many attachments, I hate going for them. I like them. They are the last connection I have to old Call of Duty progression. I have a gun unlocked, and I can level it up, and it isn't gonna leave without me. The most seasonal interference that comes between me and my weapon is whether or not there's double weapon XP active. When all of our cosmetics got replaced with bundles and battle passes, and when prestiging became a seasonal rotating arbitrary piece of shit, then it was kind of nice to have something that was just a part of the game. Like, you bought Modern Warfare 2019, and once you unlocked the Uzi, it was up to you to level up the Uzi and progress the Uzi forward so you had more attachments to put on your Uzi. And then on top of that, Gunsmith made it fun to play around with the customization of your Uzi. You can make a really cursed one, a really competitive one, a really fast one, a slow one. And I like that. And even with Cold War and Vanguard, so much of my motivation to play comes from there's a new weapon and I want to level it up, or there's a weapon that I've been avoiding and I'd like to go use it for the first time. Like, there are weapons in Vanguard I just am choosing to not level up because it's kind of nice to know that there's a little area of progression and challenges and things I can do that aren't going to leave. They're the one thing that FOMO hasn't touched, and I really do like learning a weapon through, 40, 60, 70 weapon levels. I don't mind it. And then if I want to get gold on it because I like the gun, then great, I'll go for gold. But Call of Duty needs to stop selling tickets, and it needs to start selling attractions so that people don't feel pressured to constantly enter the hamster wheel. And now the third big thing is skill-based matchmaking, or engagement-optimized matchmaking, whatever you want to call it. People are more and more in tune with the fact that Call of Duty has a matchmaking system that is heavily manipulated to make sure that the matches, in whatever the devs or publishers' eyes are, balanced. Every match has to be balanced in a way where somebody's carrying and somebody's being carried, and it causes a lot of frustration. Like, you can just completely throw off Call of Duty matchmaking by inviting 2 friends that are half competent at COD. Because if you invite 2 people that are competent and want to win a match and want to win the game, those are 2 people that are unlikely to get paired with you automatically, because the game automatically assumes that you're going to carry them because you have X amount of kills or X amount of score per minute or an XKD or whatever. Or hell, it just likes how you performed in the last 5 matches and thinks, okay, well now it's your turn to carry other people. The thing about Call of Duty is that constantly fucking with team balancing makes everybody a little upset. Because you have people that are playing at their worst and still leading lobbies, you have people that are playing at their best and still can't fucking win a game. And when all of your progression is tied to battle passes and seasonal crap, then it doesn't really feel like you're doing anything except leveling up your gun. And once you have your gun leveled up and all your guns leveled up, you have nothing else to do except try to win. And the average match quality is diminished. And the rings and hoops that Call of Duty jumps through to give you these optimized matches will often hurt your ping, so you even have slightly worse latency or maybe even some packet loss because the game's not looking really in your region as much as it is your skill bracket. This makes the average match quality considerably lower than it has any business being for a AAA game. Even bad players, even noobs that I think they're trying to protect or something, aren't gonna have a good time because as they get better, the matchmaking system will catch up with them and punish them for getting better. It's not always that cut and dry skill-based matchmaking pairs you up with people of your own skill. No, it puts you in matches where it thinks that it has the right skilled players on the right sides of each team, and it's trying its best, instead of just looking in your region and kind of giving you more of a random experience. Oh, this was a sweaty match, this was a casual one. No, now Call of Duty is, I had 3 casual matches, the game thought I was doing too well, and then kicked my ass with full clans for the next 6. And that's gonna keep people from playing. And here's one of the big ones, and it might be the biggest one, I might just end the video on this one. Disbanding lobbies. See, online gaming needs to be social. Halo has lost this drastically, and it breaks my heart. And Battlefield 2042, I don't even think launched with voice chat. So it's sad to see that gaming is becoming less social. It's more progression and microtransaction oriented than it is social. When it's social, I think people cling to it a little bit more. When you can have camaraderie with the team throughout multiple games, or rivalries against teams for multiple games, I think that adds to the overall experience. Trash talking each other in a lobby, playing 5 matches with the same people, actually having map voting available for everybody to pitch in on, and hell, maybe adding some forced game chat matches or some proximity voice chat matches would make people feel tighter and more connected. And I know that that doesn't matter to some people, but I think it should matter to everyone that Call of Duty doesn't want you playing with the same people 2 games in a row. That Call of Duty doesn't want to make that a priority says a lot about how they're prioritizing an optimized matchmaking system over the just human connection of rivalry and camaraderie. We don't play Call of Duty because we're just dumb and have nothing better to do, although that is what it looks like. Call of Duty and first-person shooters in general, team-based games, they kind of awaken something in a lot of people. And there's a push, and there's adrenaline, there's drive there. It's a great outlet. And also, it's a great way to socialize, and I just can't believe that that's not talked about more. I've made a lot of good friends on Xbox. I've made a lot of good friends in Halo and COD and in Battlefield, and whether or not I still play with all of them today or not, that was because of the social features and just the innate thing of, hey, when the match is over, we all get returned to the lobby, not just some of us. That's huge. And so those are the things that I think are dropping the player base. I mean, they lost 6 million people between March and June. If even half of that is Call of Duty players, that's incredibly sad. You can have amazing graphics and super good gunplay and heavily customizable weapons and destructible maps and really balanced meta and just really great features, and it won't matter if people don't feel connected, if people feel like their matchmaking's being fucked with, like the identity of the game is being eroded, and that they're constantly pressured to enter the hamster wheel every time that seasonal button gets pressed. We're buying tickets to attractions when we should be buying the attraction. That's one of the reasons I always want Call of Duty to have a good co-op mode and a campaign, because then at least it feels like I bought something that is permanent and isn't going to be erased over time. Abusing people's fear of missing out is a really bad way to retain long-term players. It's great for fickle short-term things, but it's really bad for people that actually want an outlet and a place to relax. Even though Call of Duty can be the opposite of relaxing, you know what I mean. Anyway, that's my opinion, and I hope that Call of Duty can fix these things, tweak these things. Hopefully in my lifetime, Call of Duty can undo some of the damage it's done to its own identity. I will see you when I see you guys. Goodbye.
What the hell is this ratty ass shit?
I'll tell you what this ratty ass shit is. Last place, bitch.
Hey, I'm still on top.
We got people that got